You are definitely an original, okay? You are the original. You're not comparing yourself to anyone. You're very powerful and you have the power to create. So just maintain your seat in that position as the creator. Surround yourself with positive people. If this energy for you is for you, you may be going back to work. You may be considering going back to work, or you have this business that you're working on and you're going to be focusing more on what you do and how it impacts the world, because you definitely have compensation coming towards you for the work that you're doing specifically. And this vibe has been coming up multiple times, like is a grant of some kind or is work that you're specifically eligible for only because you've been working on it for a long time. And remember that, so you have all of the paperwork and I believe the evidence to show that this is something that you've been working on for a long time. So just keep that in mind, that uh, what you do matters. Okay, so that's the vibe. This is for you. This energy is specifically for you. If you feel that overwhelming abundance of love and light coming into your aura right now, is your angel guides coming in to protect you, because there's a storm brewing and you're already being prepared for it. So don't worry too much about that. Don't worry at all, and just keep your eyes on the prize, keep your eyes on the light, and stay positive. Again, there's money coming in for your thoughts specifically, and you have backup. You have angel guides who are in your energy as well, making sure that you stay focused and stay strong. It's coming out off like a father energy. If this energy is for you, you show up and you make a difference. You're being seen as the queen in this vibe. There's divine feminine here. Just keep focusing on what you do. That's the overall energy, and it's paying off because the peace that you bring to the community is valuable. And it feels like whoever's in this energy, you definitely know that, but you do need to be reassured that the work that you've been doing behind the scenes and in the background, it matters. Okay. So it's something that's coming towards you to saying like, oh, well, you got to do this, you got to do that. You've already been doing what you need to do, and just continue to do that, working for the Lord. That's what matters. Okay. So this energy, if you're going to be decluttering at this time, whether it's your workspace, your mental space, just keeping your path for this flow of love and light to continue to flow through you, continue to trickle in your direction. Okay. So whoever's in this energy, you've got this Queen of Swords coming out, and this is definitely for you if you've been persuaded, encouraged to stay positive, or you have the tendency to focus on things that are unseen. You are definitely a manifester, and your thoughts sometimes mean more than what's going on around you. This energy is definitely for you. This energy is yours completely. You have the High Priestess here because you're definitely in divine feminine energy. So this is someone who's seen as first a woman. You're seen for your femininity. You're not expected to jump up and fight. You're expected to stay in your seat and sit pretty. And that's important, okay? Because you keep order to a situation. Everybody acting like men, and this message is not for everybody. So if you can agree with that, then this message is definitely for you. Your love is everything. Your love is your weapon. Your love is your wage. Your love is your currency, and people cannot resist it. So you'll know that this energy is yours. Okay. So that's the vibe that I'm getting. And yeah, so we're going to get right into this if this is for you. And I just want you guys to know that I'm here for you. I'm committed to you. There's a lot going on, but just stay close to God and hope for the best, because hope is all we have at this time. So I'm going to get into this energy. I'm going to get straight into these affirmations. It's November 1st, 111. Okay, as I record this, you might be seeing this a few days later, but we're pretty much all caught up on the same time. And there's just a lot going on in the world today. If you're affected by the things that's going on, my prayers are definitely with you. My heart is with you. And like I said, just stay close to God at this time. And I'm hearing that everything worked out. Everything worked out. And it may not seem like it's working out right now, but just stay focused on that higher frequency and getting yourself into that reality where things are working out. They're already worked out. We're just moving on to, the next thing that we're working on. And Like I said, I'm here for you. My heart is with you and it's together. So I'm going to pull a few affirmation cards to just start a positive note here. I engage in work that impacts this world positively. So some of y'all are going to be getting back out to work, looking for work, or doing things for the community, working on yourself. Some of y'all are already working on a business, and so this is just a continuation of that. You're going to be focusing on this work that you do and how it impacts a lot of things going on right now, and whatever it is that you do is definitely needed. You have I surrender myself with positive people. I surround myself with positive people. And so that word surrender is coming out because it does feel like it's been an uphill battle. You've been fighting this good fight, and it almost feels like, I don't know, like the more you fight, the more resistance you face. And it's like, we cannot lose. This side is not, we're not allowed to lose, guys. So this is just going to keep on going. And it feels like we're going to have to look at this from a different perspective. Maybe we'll be seeing the hangman in this reading, but it's just like, whether it's a surrender, whether it's a temporary, a united, we stand together, we fall together type of energy. It just is what it is, because we cannot let the darkness win. The darkness doesn't even know how to maintain itself without the light. So it's just like, let's keep pulling some affirmations, stay focused on the light and moving forward. I have the power to create change. So we're manifesting that, even though this word surrender came up and we're surrounding ourselves with positivity, just know that you still have power here and you're still the one in power. Even if this is a power struggle, 3:33 on the clock, we're letting it go with grace and we're trusting God to take over from there, okay? Because God is the one who's actually in control. So let's just keep moving forward. I'm going to pull another card, another affirmation. I will not compare myself to strangers. So we're staying close to our soul tribe. We're professing and confessing our love to one another, to the Lord, to our calling, to our passion. And that's the only thing that keeps us warm is, okay. And that's however you interpret it. There's no strict restrictions or boundaries on this energy. Love is love. Okay. So I'm going to go in with your first tarot. And let's just pull some cards for this energy. What's going on in this energy? I just feel like a lot of people are really unsure of what's happening, but there's some things that's been working ground, behind the scenes, underground. You got warrior angels surrounding you, ready to fight for you, ready to go to war for you, and whichever way that means. Okay. Children and women and mentally ill, physically disabled, and in the front of the energy. Okay. People are ready to support you and protect you no matter what's going on in the higher realms. Somebody has hijacked the higher realms. This is not the natural way that things should be. And it seems like it's been going on for a while. It just finally trickled down to the people who matter. So let's just pull a card. You have the High Priestess, intuition, divine feminine, mysteries. So divine feminine is here. There's this energy like Mother Earth is here, Mother Gaia. And, you would do anything for your young. It's like this dark energy, this dark power or force that's coming against you just doesn't realize the power that you contain and possess. I'm seeing a mama bear protecting her young, and it's not a pretty sight. And I'm also getting this energy like people just haven't been reading you the right way. It's this weapon that you hold, and for some it is love, that is like you you don't want to lay it on them until you know it's absolutely necessary. And once they read just how much power you have, it's already done. So that's the vibe. Somebody has been playing games in your energy, and this is a collective energy. So it's happening for a lot. A lot of dark entities are being shown that, they overstep their boundaries and they went a little too far this time, and there's no turning back. So there's this vibe that whatever you're about to release is not going to be something that they would have accepted. There does seem to be this sense that whatever it is that you release is going to come off as one thing but be another. They might accept it unintentionally, like, I accept this fight, I accept this battle, I'm ready to go to war, and is really not something that they should have done. They're going to regret it at the end of the day, is what I'm getting with the Four of Cups in reverse. Is like, normally they would have refused this offer, and anyone in their right state of mind would have refused this offer, but they're going to take it because they're in their South Node energy. They're doing anything that they can for attention at this time, and people just aren't thinking straight. There's this vibe like someone hijacked the main control, and you might someone who was against you, someone who was actively going against you, and you didn't realize it. Almost, it's like a sickness. Uh it's like a sickness that crosses the skin barrier, and now it's in your system. And you've got white blood cells that protect your body and fight against this germ or bacteria or a virus. But if it feels like this, whatever this bacteria is, was very clever and deceitful in a way that it infiltrated your system and penetrated your aura. So you've been loving this thing this entire time, and that's the best that you could do, is what I'm getting, because fighting this would have been a problem. And so you loved it, and it accepted your love. And at the end of the day, your love is what's protecting you, because that's all it wanted, was love and attention and affection. And that's how you're going to get rid of it ultimately. And it's about to be a real good situation for you, because you've been in this position for so long, loving your enemies, loving just everything. You don't even, feels like you don't even categorize an enemy from a friend, because even putting this much weight on a friend is like, you don't really hold them to, I'm not going to say high esteem, or you have high expectations for people, but you, to some extent, expect people to make a mistake, or you just seen so many people make, like, okay, it just happens. I love you anyway. This love is unconditional. It's just love. It's not something that you have to qualify for or sign up for. And that's what's getting you through. And also, you've been in this situation for a very long time, this Queen of Swords. You're very comfortable here. Your thoughts are constantly positive. It's just the way it is. It's not something that you need to go neck to neck with somebody like, I'm, whatever. I am positive for all. You're very easy to lift up, is what I'm getting. This lightness here, this airy energy. It's like your light is air, and it's your honesty as well. Because I feel like there's someone in your energy who's getting tripped up and tangled in their own traps, and they don't even realize what they're saying at this point. But it's like, it's not necessary for you to analyze it, because you're focused on the light, and the truth sets you free from their entanglements every single time. This thing about manifesting with the universe and being in this God frequency is above the Bible. I'm just going to say it. It's above religion, of pretty much everything you could put a label on, because the act of labeling this energy is what degrades it, is open access to all. And what I'm getting is you going straight to the universe and focusing on that higher frequency, that everything worked out, is exactly what's pulling you towards that direction. Just like following the sun. You're the light in this energy, and everything is just naturally pulled in your direction. And so, as long as you are focused on positivity, that's where things will go. This is collective energy, so you're not alone. You focusing on the light is many, many more in your same paradigm realm. Okay, that's focusing on the light. It's like we're all lifting the car together. That's the vibe I'm getting. Okay, so let's go in with. I'm gonna go in with this deck. I'm feeling this deck here. And again, there's this real somber energy, and there was this vibe of being in the eye of the storm, the peace, the calm before the storm. And that may be how your enemies feel, that things are getting creepy, things are getting eerie, because they don't realize what they walked into. They don't understand that you've been doing the work behind the scenes, underground, and this is exactly what you're ready for. This is exactly what you prepared for. I did a reading recently on sleeper cells. It's the vibe I'm getting, like, this is exactly what you were trained for. And it's a very uncomfortable situation for them, not knowing this territory, this area. And yeah, so it might feel like a eerie calmness before this, but you're completely safe from this, whatever it is. And the storm is something that you're comfortable with. So people were watching you from a distance like, oh, she's an easy target, because you have this sensitivity, because you're calm, you're sweet. But they don't know what you've actually been surrounded with and what you've been fighting against, the demons that you've been rebuking and casting out. They don't understand the type of warfare that you've been doing behind the scenes. So they feel like they're entering into your territory like an easy target, but at the same time is a battle that they are not prepared for. All types of turbulence and plague and sickness and disease that they are just not prepared for when they start shifting with this energy, or basically just trying to mess with your love, because your love is holding down so much toxicity. I'm not even speaking in codes at this point. You are loving some real toxic energy, some real hateful energy that if it is released, the world will go to shit. Literal shit, okay? You have Ace of Pentacles here. The first thing I'm thinking is, you probably don't even need to hear this, but I'm going to say it anyway. You're being rewarded. You're being compensated for your work. This is the energy of someone who goes off to war, someone who literally goes off to battle and is like, you give your life and I'll make sure your family is happy. I'll make sure your family is safe, because at this point, it's not even about you. How much you're putting on the line cannot be paid for. It is, the word is, it's invaluable support that you're given. And it just, you can't put a price on that kind of love. So it feels like, yeah, there's going to be sensation, but if it's something that you can actually see, it's still it remains to be untold, or, it's still something we're going to have to see, because I feel like this is more about your community, your family, your soul tribe, your loved ones. They are definitely going to be safe. Okay, so let's get some more energy with this. I'm just hearing tone it down. You got King of Swords here. Okay, so I feel like Divine Feminine, I feel like you just came in contact with your Divine Masculine energy. There's this I'm not going to say overprotective, but it's definitely coming from above, like a hedge of protection. It feels like a fatherly energy, just that's saying calm down. Is like with this energy of going up and staying positive and, not being stomped into the ground, because this is exactly what your enemies are trying to do, get rid of you, because they want to take your position out of jealousy. But in this vibe, it's like your father is still above you. Your father is still protecting you, and he has his eyes on the real situation. I'm almost getting this vibe like kids at a playground, and, there's someone that's trying to snatch your lollipop, or it's like a real petty issue from a certain perspective. Whereas though your dad is looking at the other fathers, looking at the dogs, looking at, the gangs or the thugs in the background. Like there's a lot more going on than this little boy trying to snatch your lollipop. But at the same time, you're holding it down from your end, and this is because you know where you come from, and this is the way you were raised. I'm getting soul tribe energy. Like you're not gonna let that little boy take your lollipop, and your dad is not gonna let this whoever this person is that's threatening him and his people. And it's real warlike energy. Okay, but everything worked out, and just stay close to God no matter what happens, no matter how your patience is being tested. Like I said, the higher ups have been hijacked. This is not normal. This is not what's supposed to happen. Yeah. Don't give up on God. Don't turn your back on God. This is like a Job kind of situation where you're being tested all the way to the end, and at some point you just got to go down with God. Surrender to God. If you can't stand anymore, give it to God, because God wins in the end. Even if we are casualties of this war, this spiritual war, this physical war, whatever's happening, you are still on God's side. You are still on the light, the side of the light, or however you want to say it. It's not confusing, because it's just the same thing you've been doing since birth, and your entire line has been doing. So just keep it up, because that's what I feel like. Someone's about to be enticed. Like, look, just come on over here, because they're dangling something that's yours anyway. And it's like, no, I'm smarter than that. I'd rather starve. So here's the truth. Let's pull a couple cards for your business, because I do get this vibe. Some of y'all are going to be going to work. You have declutter, create a sacred workspace that you love. Clutter keeps you stuck. Clear it and watch your creativity and abundance flow easily. So there's this clear energy of you clearing out and keeping that flow. Okay, we talked about things, and it's coming up again because it's very important. So if you have a mess in your house, clear it. If you have a mess in your head, clear it. If you're focused on something from the past, it's not important anymore. We're moving forward. There's so many things that's happening in this energy that's just like, I can't even remember. I don't even know what. It's like the demons are trying to remind you of things that you've been fixated on, and I got things to deal with right now. Okay, if you could talk about something from yesterday or 2 seconds ago, maybe I'll consider it, but I'm literally just looking forward, and it's so important that you focus on the light no matter what. Let's keep moving forward. I'm gonna pull another card for your business. And yeah, you got doppelgangers in your energy. You got people pretending to be you, and people are trying to hijack your center. They are in trouble. Okay, you're gonna have to see them discover just how painful it is to be you. I don't know who needs to hear that. You have show up. Consistency is queen in marketing your business online. Show up every day for your audience, give value, and make offers. So now in this energy, you're the one that's making the offer. And like I said, is an offer they cannot refuse, and is also the offer that's going to end up destroying them, because they want your love so bad, but you're loving your enemies, and God is protecting you. Got the world card on the bottom. It's like you say, I support you, and this person wants to destroy themselves. So at the end of the day, you're supporting them destroy themselves. And it's not like you went out of your way to say, I support you destroying yourself. I just support you. I love you. And yeah, whoever this is, this entity, people, group, is basically a group of people who are possessed by demonic energies. They've been hijack you, but that's not how it works, because you're working for God. So, and like I said, this is some sleeper cell energy. So it's like when they came into your territory, they felt like that you were an easy target. Like, I don't know, something about you. Like, again, I'm not putting any limitations or restrictions on this energy, but an example would be someone who, say you grew up in a church and it just wasn't for you. And now you do the full emo, gothic vibe. That's what you love. That's what makes you happy. Right on. But it feels like, and this is an example, but it feels like whoever's in your energy trying to seduce you to come over to the dark side. Okay, dark side. God created the dark and the light and said that it was good. And again, I'm not using the Bible as it's the only word, because we're all people and people have various languages, various religions, and various powers. But this vibe that I'm getting is like, yeah, you might be in the dark, but you're not doing these devilish things, or, you know, that's the vibe I'm getting. Like, you could be very, very, very close to the dark. You could even be the freaking child of Satan himself, and you're still not doing what your father is doing in this energy. If you consider Satan to be your father, that's what I'm getting. Like, there's really no rules or restrictions. At the end of the day, you have a good heart, and that's all that matters. No one can put a label on who you are. No one can seduce you or turn you away from your love, yourself, and what you believe is right. Okay, you have Eight of Swords. There's a lot of energy coming towards you. And like I said, there's energy. It could be negative, it could be positive, but what I'm getting from this vibe overall is your light. You've got backup sources that's protecting your light, because that's what's important right now. If that example with the emo really takes hold in your situation, if it resonates, is like, you could take all of that off and still be who you are. Even if you're covered in tattoos, you're still who you are. That's what I'm talking about with this love. It goes much deeper than, well, you voted blue, you voted red. Like, it's not about color here. It's not about race. It's not about gender. It's not about religion. And the more people try to put a name on it, the farther away they get from who they actually are. Because ultimately, they're just trying to defeat you, whatever it is, and you stay close to God. So let me get a couple more cards. This is also why you cannot be defeated, because they don't know who you love. They don't know what you stand for. You have King of Pentacles coming out. Yeah, I definitely feel like there's an offer. There's an offer that with the Pentacles here, that you're being compensated for something. But you got the Queen of Swords here. It's almost like you're being paid for your thoughts. And those are yours. Those come from your soul, from your heart. And there's a hint of someone wanting to pay you to speak for them. They want you to move away from what you believe and speak for them and promote their side. And that's going to be a mistake. So whoever this is, if you're being offered something, don't be seduced into. I feel like you don't need to be told. Just do what you love, stay close to what you love. And you know what? If this is something that you're going to end up taking, I support that. I support whoever is in this energy and whatever it is you do, because God wins either way. Okay. So that's the vibe. If that's something you're resonating with, let me know in the comments. I want to thank everyone who's been commenting lately. I really appreciate your guys' input. I love hearing from you guys. It really does make my day. So if this is something you're resonating with, you got a lot coming towards you. As per usual, just stay grounded, because people are going to try to throw you off your toes. You're a peaceful person, and that's all that matters. Stay peaceful and keep that line of communication between you and the Lord clear. That's what people are attacking. So just make sure that, they end up falling on their own swords if that's the case, because your offer of love is irresistible. People want your love. And so just keep on maintaining the love that you have for yourself and for the Lord. Affirm that you are loved. Affirm that you are successful. You are prosperous. You are surrounded by positive energy. Okay, but yeah, so I do appreciate everyone for sticking around, and these trying times, whatever it is that's happening, we're in this together, and you're definitely in my heart. I love you guys.